What's up, guys? Coming here today with a full slate of MLB action here on Saturday, May 16th. I'll give you my favorite picks on the side and over-under on each game. No NBA games tonight, but we'll be breaking down every single MLB one. I'll give you my favorite underdog pick of the day and my massive lock. So as a thank you, take that 10th of a second and slam that like button. It helps me get these videos promoted out there and really helps keep me just ready to go, fired up to make one of these videos for you guys every single day. Also, check below and see if you are subscribed to the channel. We're on the road to 100,000 subscribers. The more immediate goal is 75,000. We're going to do some cool giveaways or some cool celebrations once we hit 75K. So yeah, definitely help me out. Hit that subscribe button. It's absolutely free. Also, get down there in the comments. Ask me any questions you want to about any bets you're looking at across the sports world. I'm more than happy to get back to you. And if I don't have the answer to your question, I can always reach out to the premium handicappers over there at stumpthespread.com and see what they have to say. Also, make sure you're checking the pinned comment. That is the top comment below the video. That's where you'll find my favorite picks from every video. You'll also find a link to stumpthespread.com, so you can get over there and check out all of their free picks as well. You can also get on their free email newsletter over there. And also in that pinned comment, you will find my massive lock of the day and my dog of the day. In terms of our results for a pretty busy day out there across the sports world on Friday, we don't have a whole lot of games finished up as of yet, but we are in pretty good shape on several of them. Now, one that we're not in great shape on was our first one of the day. That was that over in that Baltimore versus the Nationals game, but we got 5 runs with the bases loaded in the top of the 9th, so we are certainly still drawing live. We'll see what they can put together here at the very end of the game. We are looking very good on the Yankees. They're currently up 4-0 over the Mets in the top of the 7th inning. So assuming their bullpen can continue to hold things together and assuming, I don't know if it's that big of an assumption. The Mets only have 1 hit so far in the game, so they're not exactly killing it. We're also, we were looking a little better there on the Cardinals. Unfortunately, the Royals are now up 2-0, although the Royals were a premium pick over there at stumpthespread.com, so it looks like our premium handicapper might have had a little bit better read on that game than I did. We're on the Pistons, +4 is our dog of the day. They're currently up by 12 points with 7.5 minutes left in the 4th, so they're looking good so far in that one. Not going to count our chickens until they're hatched, obviously. And we are on the Athletics as our massive lock of the day. Unfortunately, that game does not start until extremely late. It's the last game of the day, so we won't know which way that one's going to go here for quite a while. So let's go ahead and get after it. We'll break down the full premium slate as well here in just a bit, so hang tight. Let's get onto it. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure that you're getting over there to stumpthespread.com. Check out all the great info over there. And now let's look at our first MLB game of the night. We are looking at the Toronto Blue Jays heading to Detroit to take on the Tigers. That one's going to be an early afternoon game. Toronto and Detroit are actually playing right now. Things are all tied up in the bottom of the 9th inning, so looking like a huge possibility of extras there in game 2 of this series. Toronto did win, or no, that was game 1. So yeah, game 1's going into extras. Game 2 is the one we're going to be talking about right now, and unfortunately, in game 2, Toronto does not have a confirmed starter as of yet, which might not be the end of the world for some teams, but for Toronto, with the bullpen that's been pretty middle of the road at absolute best this year, a bullpen start is not something we are super jazzed up to see. I mean, over the course of the season, they're 23rd in the majors in quality starts. They're 15th in earned run average, but they're 22nd in batting average against. So definitely some improvements could be made to that bullpen. The offense overall for the Blue Jays has been okay-ish recently, I guess. I mean, put up 5, 6, 5, and 1 over their last few games. They're 23rd in runs scored still, but they're 8th in batting average, and I do think that this offense is going to break out eventually here. It's been a while, so I'm starting to get a little bit worried. They're taking on the Detroit Tigers, who at 19-25 on the year are not great, not in great shape so far. Scooball obviously missing some time there with surgery, although he's on pace to come back very quickly. We'll see if that actually ends up happening. They did just get swept by the Mets, so that's a bad look. They are drawing very live in game 1 of this series, and in game 2 they're going to hand the ball to Casey Mize. He's 2-2 on the year, a 2.90 ERA. He's dealing with that thigh issue, but sounds like he will make this start. They're coming off the IL. His last time on the mound was a obviously injury-shortened start there against the Braves, but no major problems there. His start before that was against the Brewers, where he looked really, really good. And in general, this season, he's looked pretty good when healthy. So we'll see if he can stay healthy for this one. They could definitely use it because the Tigers' bullpen has not been amazing. Maybe just right around MLB average with an ERA hovering around 4. And the offense has been a significant problem. They are 20th in runs scored. They are 12th in on-base percentage. Riley Green's finally hitting the ball. Dylan Dingler's having a good season. They scored 4-2-2 in that series in New York where they got swept by the Mets. So we'll see if the offense can figure things out in this one. Looking at some very early reporting numbers for this game, the Blue Jays are -104. The Tigers are +100. We don't have a total yet for this game, but I'm assuming we might here, have a total here by time, once I'm done editing this video. So we'll see what happens with that. Toronto, they are 6-13 on the road, 9-8-2 to the under on the road. Detroit is 12-6 at home, 8-8-2 to the over-under at home. With no total posted, I don't have much of a lean on that. In terms of a side, unless I get some crazy news that Toronto's starting somebody really, really good, I'm probably going to be leaning towards the Tigers with Mize on the mound. I know he's coming off the IL, but it wasn't an arm issue, it was a leg issue, and as long as he's healthy down there, I think he'll be pretty good out there against a Toronto team that hasn't hit the ball well. Next on the dock, we got the Kansas City Royals heading to St. Louis to take on the Cardinals in Game 2 of that series. Now, Game 1, things are now all tied up in the bottom of the fourth, 2 runs apiece, so we'll see how that one shakes out. The Royals were not playing amazing coming into this series. We'll see what they can do in Game 2 as they hand the ball to Noah Cameron. He's 2-2 this season, a 5.55 ERA. He has not been great recently. He's given up 3, 4, 3, 5, and 5 earned runs over his last 5 starts. His last amount, 4 innings, 4 hits, 3 earned runs allowed there against the Tigers. The Royals are 1-4 in his last 5 starts. It just has not been pretty out there. The Royals' bullpen has also been atrocious. That's been a big problem for them all season long, so we'll see if they can figure out anything to do with that. The offense has awakened a bit, not like they had an amazing season against the White Sox, but 2-5-5 over the course of a 3-run series. You'd expect to win at least one game. Bobby Witt Jr. is hitting the ball extremely well now after a bit of a slow start. They're 14th in the majors in batting average, but they're 22nd in runs scored. So we'll see what they do here against the Cardinals. St. Louis has gotten off to a shockingly good start to the year. They won 2 out of 3 up there in Sacramento against the Athletics. And I guess they're drawing live here in Game 1 of this series. Kyle Lee will get the start for them in this game. He's 4-3 of this season, a 4.31 ERA. His last time on the mound, 5 innings, 2 hits, no runs allowed against the Padres. He did walk 4 in that game, but also struck out 5, and the Cardinals would eventually lose 3-2 in extras, but it was certainly not his fault. We'll see what he can do here against the relatively light-hitting Royals. He does have 2 very good starts in a row under his belt, so that's got to feel good for the Cardinals, especially when you don't have a great bullpen behind your starter. They've been a bottom 5 in the majors kind of bullpen all season long. What has saved them and really got them plenty of success this year is their offense is excellent. They're 10th in runs scored. They're 11th in slugging percentage. Jordan Walker's having a great year, and you could point to several different guys here in the Cardinals that are having a pretty good time out there. So a lot to like about the Cardinals at the plate. The Royals are minus 105 in this game. The Cardinals are minus 115. We've got a total of 9 this time. The Royals are 6-15 on the road, 14-7 to the under on the road. The Cardinals are 10-10 at home, 10-9-1 to the over at home. This is an excellent spot to back the Cardinals at minus 115. This is a great chance to make the pinned comment for sure. I like Lee. What he's doing out there right now has been great. Noah Cameron, obviously, has had his positive outings, but it hasn't been great. I'm more than happy to fade him on the road in this spot. Next on the dock, we're looking at the Arizona Diamondbacks heading to Colorado to take on the Rockies. These two teams are playing right now. I believe they're fairly early on in their game. Yeah, it's the end of the second inning. Arizona's already up 6-1. So off to a great start in the series for them. They'll hand the ball in Game 2 to Eduardo Rodriguez, who's 4-0 this year, a 2.25 ERA. He's fresh off 8 1/3 innings there against the Mets. 4 hits allowed, only 1 earned run surrendered. In a game we would eventually see the Diamondbacks win 5-1. Arizona is 5-0 in his last 5 starts. Very, very impressive stuff there. I don't believe he has not faced the Rockies yet this season, but yeah, Eduardo Rodriguez is off to a phenomenal start. So we're loving what we're seeing from him. The bullpen for Arizona this year has not been great, but definitely not a complete disaster. In the bottom half of the majors for sure, but not a completely useless bullpen. In the offense, well, 6 runs in 2 innings in their first game of this series is a great look. They are not nearly as good at the plate this year as they were in the last couple years, though. 24th in runs scored and 26th in on-base percentage. Not lighting the world on fire. So we'll see what they can do here against the Rockies, who at 17-27 on the year look like they're headed for another tough season. They have made some improvements though. They'll hand the ball in this game to Tomoyuki Sugano. He's 3-3 this season, a 4.07 ERA. He got knocked around by the Mets and then knocked around by the Phillies over his last couple of starts, so in desperate need of a bounce back here. Could he bounce back against the Diamondbacks? It's not as impossible for that to happen this year as it would have been last year, but I'm a little worried about him out there, and I'm also a little bit worried about what I'm seeing from that Colorado bullpen. A 4.40 bullpen ERA, while not a complete disaster like it was a season ago, is definitely not among the league leaders. The big step forward for this franchise has been their offense. They are 7th in batting average and 8th in slugging percentage. They're only 17th in runs scored, so there's still plenty of progress left to be made, but they can at least expect to put up a couple runs on a night-to-night basis. That being said, looking at the numbers for this game, the Diamondbacks are minus 140, the Rockies are plus 120, a total of 11.5 in this game. Arizona's 8-13 on the road, 13-7-1 to the over on the road. Colorado's 8-11 at home, 10-9 to the under at home. Minus 140 with Eduardo Rodriguez on the mound seems like very good value to me. I'll be backing the Diamondbacks in this spot, despite the fact they're playing on the road where they haven't been great. The Rockies are pretty bad. Sagano's in a bit of a slump. I think we see Eduardo Rodriguez have another good outing. Hey guys, before we jump in and break down the rest of this MLB slate, we got to shout out the sponsor today in every day's video, and that is StumpTheSpread.com. Make sure you click the link in the description or in the pinned comment to go over there, and that's where you'll find the top confidence picks from our entire team of experienced cappers. It's a great time to get in the mix as a premium member, guys, in a definite bounce back spot today after going only 2-4 on the 14th, but that was our first losing day in quite some time over there at StumpTheSpread.com. Things were absolutely cooking. The MLB handicapper has been right on point here recently, having a little bit of tough luck here on the 15th. The Royals is a 1-unit play. They're tied up, so things are looking fine there. The Pirates are now heading into the bottom of the 9th, having blown a huge lead there against the Phillies. Hopefully they can hold on to that one. We've already cashed the Rays as a 1-unit play, though. That's already a win. Put that one on the board. A pretty comfortable win there for Tampa Bay. The Guardians are up 4-1 there in the top of the 8th, so that's looking very, very good. Also, and the premium NBA handicapper was on the Pistons, getting 4 points. He was also recommending the money line, just like I was, and yeah, things are looking real good on that one. They're up by like 20 with only a few minutes left in the fourth quarter. So looks like it should be at least a winning, if not a huge, huge winning day for the premium members once again here on the 15th. So definitely consider getting over there to StumpTheSpread.com and setting up a premium account. You also got to set up a free account to get on all the free stuff, but definitely the premium picks are a great, great value right now. The guys are on a crazy, crazy run. Definitely get in the mix. The 14th was tough, but the 13th was amazing. The 12th was amazing, and the 11th was a sweep. I mean, this is the time. This is the time to get in the mix. You definitely got to check out the free picks over there as well, though, under the free picks tab. Those are available to everyone. Just click the link in the description or in the pinned comment to get to StumpTheSpread.com and get in on those. Also, over there, if you set up a free account, that'll put you on the free email newsletter. They're just going to ask you for your name and your email address. That's it. That's all you need to get on that email list, and it's just packed with great sports betting info. Tons of great picks every single day there just in the emails. Also, great information, big write-ups on all the niche sports like golf, NASCAR, tennis, WNBA, UFC, anything, any sport you can think of has a great chance to end up in that email list, and it is a treasure trove of fantastic sports betting info. It can help you out if you're a beginner. It can help you out if you're an absolute veteran. It can save you tons of time on researching sports you might not even have thought of betting. So definitely get on that email list. Also, over at StumpTheSpread.com, you can pick up a Stump the Spread hoodie if you're interested in one of those. We're selling them right now at cost. That is $39.99 for you for one hoodie. That will get you a Stump the Spread hoodie of whatever size you desire, mailed straight to your address. And shipping is absolutely free. You could have it to your address in as little as 7 days. Also, guys, if you're a massive fan of what you're seeing from me here every single solitary day, click that little join button right below the video to sign up for a YouTube channel membership. YouTube channel members get early access to all of our videos. They get their name on the screen in every single video, but maybe most importantly, they get access to our members-only giveaways. We give away a Stump the Spread hoodie here every single Monday and every single Thursday to one of our random YouTube channel members. We love doing those giveaways. Put a big wheel on the screen, spin it live on the video, and whoever it lands on gets that free hoodie. And guys, it is just really cool to be able to do those. The more members we get, the more giveaways we're going to do. So sign up for a YouTube channel membership if you're interested in that. But now, guys, let's dive back in. We got a bunch more baseball games to cover here on a very busy Saturday. Make sure you're hitting that thumbs up button. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Make sure you're getting over there to StumpTheSpread.com. Check out all the good stuff over there, especially those red hot premium picks. And now let's dive back in. Next up, we are looking at the Baltimore Orioles as they go on the road to take on the Washington Nationals. Unfortunately, our overplay in game 1 of this series didn't quite come through. We see the Nationals eventually win 3-2. Plenty of hits in that game, plenty of stuff happening. Could have definitely been an over that would have worked out. Unfortunately, it doesn't cash for us in that one. In game 2, the Orioles will hand the ball to Chris Bassett, who's 3-2 on the year, a 5.21 ERA. He's coming off an excellent start there against the Athletics. They are not slouches. He has kind of been alternating good and bad starts here for a while, so technically he would be in for a bad one in this game. And yeah, facing the Nationals, not always the easiest thing to do. The Orioles bullpen has also not been amazing, definitely in the bottom half of the majors, not as bad as the Nationals bullpen, but still not great. The offense, I mean, they scored 2 runs in game 1 of this series. They're only 11th in runs scored, and with a team that came into the season with so much hype, especially around their offense, 26th in batting average and 20th in slugging percentage, not really living up to it. So we'll see what they do here against the Nationals, who at 21-23 on the season, not terrible. Cade Cavalli will get the start for them in this game. He's 1-2 on the year, a 4.02 ERA, coming off a usable start there against Miami. 5 2/3 innings, 4 hits, 2 earned runs allowed, struck out 4 and walked 1. He's had some hiccups here and there, but in general has been pretty freaking good this year, even against some good teams. I mean, put up 5 innings of 2-run ball against the Atlanta Braves and struck out 10 in that game. Also, he looks very, very usable to me. We'll see what he can do here against the Orioles. The bullpen for Washington is bad. Bottom 4, bottom 5 in the majors all year long. The bullpen has been a huge problem for them, I'll be honest. But the offense is excellent. They're second in runs scored in the majors. They're fifth in slugging percentage. C.J. Abrams, James Wood, both hitting the ball really, really well. They hit the ball well in that series against Cincinnati. There's a lot to like right now if you're a Nationals fan. So looking at the numbers for this one, guys, the odds makers have it as a coin flip. We've got totals out there of 9.5 or 10. Baltimore is 8-12 on the road. 14-6 to the over on the road. Washington is 6-13 at home, 13-5-1 to the over at home. Given those huge trends, guys, and the fact we're coming off a low-scoring game, I'll lean a little bit towards over 9.5. But better than that, give me the Nationals here playing at home. Cade Cavalli on the mound, I think, is in good shape in this one. The Orioles not the hardest hitting team out there, and Bassett's in for a bad outing. So, yeah, I think this is a good spot to back the Washington Nationals. Rolling right along, we got the Philadelphia Phillies heading to Pittsburgh to take on the Pirates. That game has gone completely off the rails. Things are all tied up in the bottom of the ninth at 8 apiece. Hopefully, for the premium members, the Pirates can figure things back out and win this one either in the bottom of the ninth or in extras to save them from a really, really cruel fate there with the Pirates just absolutely blowing a big lead. The Phillies are 21-23 on the year, have not had the easiest time. They'll hand the ball in this game to Christopher Sanchez, who's 4-2 on the season, a 2.11 ERA. He has been insane, guys. He hasn't given up a run over his last 15 innings pitched. I mean, he's just looked so good. There's no way to really say it any different. Against the Athletics, 8 innings, 3 hits, 10 strikeouts. Against the Rockies, 7 innings, 6 hits, 7 strikeouts. No runs allowed in either game. The Phillies are 3-0 in his last 3 starts. We'll see what he can do here against the Pirates, but I'm expecting very good stuff from him in this game. The Phillies bullpen, on the other hand, has not been amazing. They're not maybe been quite as bad this year as they were last year, but definitely not great. And the offense has been awful this season. Now, they're looking good late in that game. Schwarber's got 18 home runs. That's all amazing. They're 26th in runs scored. They are 23rd in batting average. They're 27th in on-base percentage. Brandon Marsh is batting .340. That's cool. Schwarber's got 18 home runs. He's batting .226. I mean, they've scored 8 runs in their current game. That's the most runs they've scored. Well, I guess they did have one good game against the Rockies, but it's just not looking great from the Phillies at the plate. The Pirates, obviously the bullpen having some issues. They are 24-20 on the season. They just won 2 out of 3 against the Rockies, and they'll hand the ball to Bubba Chandler in this game. This 23-year-old righty has not had the season of his dreams. He's 1-4 so far, a 4.62 ERA. His last couple of starts have looked better. 5 innings, 2 hits, 2 earned runs allowed against Arizona. 5 innings, 5 hits, 2 earned runs allowed against the Giants. That being said, both those games were eventually losses for the Pirates, so we'll see if he can stay locked in and not be too bothered there by results. The Pittsburgh bullpen has been pretty bad, somewhere right around what we've seen from the Phillies bullpen this year. It has not been great. Their offense, though, has been excellent. They're 4th in runs scored. They're 6th in batting average, 3rd in on-base percentage. Nick Gonzalez, O'Neal Cruz, lots of guys for the Pirates hitting the ball well here in the early goings. They had a very good series there against the Rockies. They put up 8 runs in their current game. A lot pointed in the right direction for the Pirates at the plate. So, looking at the numbers for this game, the Phillies are -170. The Pirates are +145. We've got a total of 8 in this game. The Phillies are 9-11 on the road, 11-8-1 to the under on the road. The Pirates are 13-10 at home, 15-8 to the over at home. I do not think this is necessarily a spot we want to back the total, but I will back the Phillies here at -170. It's a pretty expensive price tag, so it may not make the pin comment, but with Christopher Sanchez on the mound, I think the Phillies should be in fantastic shape in this game. Next up, guys, we got the Miami Marlins heading to Tampa Bay to take on the Rays. The Marlins and Rays just finished up. Actually, they've been finished up for a minute here, and Tampa Bay got a pretty convincing win in Game 1, eventually winning 7-2. In Game 2 of this series, the Marlins will hand the ball to Sandy Alcantara. He's 3-2 on the year, a 3.90 ERA. He's coming off a very nice start there against the Nationals, but has definitely had his ups and downs. He got shelled by Baltimore here pretty recently. He did have a very usable start there against the Dodgers, so we'll see what he can do in this one. Definitely not a guy you can just look past. The Marlins bullpen has been fantastic, top 5, top 6 in the majors all year long, and the offense has done some positive stuff. I mean, they're 19th in runs scored, but 11th in batting average, 14th in on-base percentage. Otto Lopez, Liam Hicks, both hitting the ball well. They scored only 2 runs in Game 1 of this series, 1, 9, 0, 5, and 8 over their few games before that. So we'll see what they can put together here against the red-hot Tampa Bay Rays. The Rays are 2.5 games up in the AL East right now, 7-2 winning Game 1, like we said. And in Game 2, they're going to hand the ball to Nick Martinez, who has been absolutely on fire. He's 4-1 on the season, a 1.70 ERA. His last start, 5 2/3 innings, 7 hits, only a single run allowed there at Fenway. We see the Rays are 4-0 in his last 4 starts. Excellent work there. We'll see what he can do here against the Marlins. Not a team he's faced this season, but I'm expecting continued excellence here from Nick Martinez. I'm expecting that Tampa Bay bullpen to continue to improve. It's just gotten better and better over the course of the season. And the offense, guys, 7, 3, 7, 8, and 4 over their last few games. Chandler Simpson's hitting the ball well. I mean, we've liked what we've seen from, a lot of different guys on this team are hitting the ball well. They're third in batting average and seventh in on-base percentage, so I think they're going to be a lot better than their current 15th in the majors in runs scored. So, looking at the numbers for this game, the Marlins are plus 120, the Rays are minus 140. We've got a total of 7.5 in this game. Miami's only 6-12 on the road, 12, 4-2 to the over on the road. Tampa Bay is 14-4 at home, 10, 6-2 to the under at home. I'm more than happy to ride the hot hand in this one. I don't think Alcantara is terrible, but I think the Rays should be something around the lines of minus 155 in this game, so that leaves some room for value, and I think Tampa Bay is in good shape here, especially where at home where they've been so good. Cruising through these games, we get the Cincinnati Reds heading to Cleveland to take on the Guardians. Now, the Reds and Guardians are playing right now with Cincinnati up 6-1 in the bottom of the 8th, so seems like they have figured some things out in that one, the Reds offense has, so bad news there for Cleveland bettors. Now, the Reds, they come into this game, coming off a 15-run game there in 3 against Washington, so you'd have thought they'd be in for a little bit of a letdown. They'll give the start in this one to Chris Paddock, who's 0-5 on the year, a 7.63 ERA. He got shelled his last time out there by the Phillies. Didn't have a terrible time against the Dodgers, I guess, but it hasn't been a good season for him. The Reds are 0-5 with him on the mound this year, so we'll see if he can suddenly turn things around. The Reds bullpen got off to a great start this year, but then has been terrible down the stretch. That's been bad news. The offense, it has had its moments for sure. We've liked what we've seen from Elly De La Cruz this season, but they're 13th in runs scored, 29th in batting average, and 25th in on-base percentage. Just not an amazing sign. Now, their opponent in this one, the Guardians, obviously had to feel good coming off that sweep of the Angels. Not so good late in this one. They'll hand the ball in Game 2 to Gavin Williams, though. He's been solid this year, a 5-3 record, a 3.74 ERA. But the bad news is 3 out of his last 4 starts have just been awful. Something's happened to him. I'm not sure what's going on. I don't know if it's some sort of health issue, if he's got a blister going on, what it is. He just has not looked the same here recently. So we'll see if he's got a bounce back in him. The Guardians' bullpen not nearly as good this year as last year. That has not helped. And the offense has been very average. 18th in runs scored, 26th in slugging percentage, just not putting up a ton of offense. So looking at the numbers for this game, guys, the Reds are plus 150. The Guardians are minus 180. We've got a total of 8 in this game. Cincinnati's 10-10 on the road, 10-9-1 to the over on the road. Cleveland's 13-9 at home, 13-9 to the under at home. I will lean a bit towards the over in this game. I know this we'd like it a lot better if it was the Great American Ballpark, but I still think over is very live. Gavin Williams has not been lights out recently at all. Paddock has not been good this season in general, so give me a look at the over, and if you're begging me for a side, maybe take a weird flyer on the Reds at plus 150. Next up, we got the Chicago Cubs heading to Chicago to take on the White Sox there in that rivalry game. Now, the Cubs and White Sox are they playing right now? Or is that game? We got things all tied up now in the top of the 7th inning at 4 apiece. So we'll see how that one finishes up. In Game 2, the Cubs will hand the ball to Jameson Taillon. He's 2-2 on the year, a 3.94 ERA. He is coming off another pretty good start. He had a good start against the Reds and a very good start against the Rangers. It's the Rangers, but still good work out there. We'll see what he can do against the White Sox, but Taillon seems to be figuring things out at this point. The bullpen for the Cubs has been really not a lot of complaints from me about the pen. They have had a few hiccups along the road, but that's part of the game. They're sporting a 3.74 bullpen ERA. The offense got off to an insanely hot start and has cooled off significantly. 4 so far in their current game, 2-1, 2-0, and 0 over their few games before that. They are certainly in a bit of a slump. So we'll see what they can do here against the White Sox, who were on a 5-game winning streak coming into this series. Davis Martin will get the start for them in Game 2. He's 5-1 this year, a 1.62 ERA. The dude's been lights out. It's been nuts. He has had some easy scheduling. Facing the Angels twice definitely helps, but he's given up 4 earned runs in total over his last 5 starts. And we obviously see the White Sox are 5-0 over those outings. So I'm expecting great stuff from Davis Martin in this one. The White Sox bullpen, not nearly as bad as last year, but definitely still kind of bad. The offense is figuring things out. They're 15th in runs scored. They're 9th in slugging percentage, 11th in on-base percentage. We've seen plenty of different guys step up for this team, and they've hit the ball well. No way around that. So we'll see what they can do here, in a big rivalry game. The odds makers have this one listed as a flip. We've got a total of 8.5 out there. The Cubs are 10-11 on the road, 11-9-1 to the over on the road. The White Sox are 12-9 at home, 11-10 to the over at home. I'm going to lean a bit towards the White Sox in this one. You could also maybe take the under. I don't think that's too insane, but I will be leaning towards the White Sox here, playing at home, especially with Davis Martin on the mound. Cruising through these games, we're looking at the Milwaukee Brewers heading to Minnesota to take on the Twins. The Brewers are up 3-2 there in the bottom of the ninth. Nobody out yet, so we'll see if they can finish things off there. They'll hand the ball in game 2 of this series to Logan Henderson, who's 0-1 on the year, a 4.15 ERA. This 24-year-old righty has done a great job over his first 3 starts, guys. Didn't make it very deep into that game against the Royals, so maybe great is a little bit of an overstatement. But 6 innings, 3 hits, 2 runs allowed against Washington, and 5 innings, 4 hits, 2 runs allowed against the Yankees. You can't ask him for much better than that. So we'll see what he can do this time around. The Brewers bullpen behind him should be excellent. A 3.44 bullpen ERA, no problem there. The offense, maybe not putting up big numbers, but enough to get the job done here recently. So we'll see what they can come up with in this one. Over the course of the year, they are top 10 in basically, runs, batting average, and on base percentage. Just not a big slugging percentage team, which has not been the end of the world for them. Definitely wasn't the end of the world for them last year. They're taking on the Twins, who at 20-24 on the year have not had the easiest time, but hey, you've got time to mess around if you're in the AL Central. They will give the start in this one to Connor Prelip, who's 1-1 on the year, a 3.32 ERA. This young left-hander is coming off 5 innings, 4 hits, only 1 earned run, but 4 runs overall allowed at Cleveland. He's only made 4 starts this year, but he's honestly been very, very solid over those outings. Not facing a lot of tough hitting outfits, though, so we'll see what he can do here against the Brewers. The bullpen this season for the Twins has been something of an unmitigated disaster. They are second worst in the major leagues in bullpen ERA. That's not great. The offense has found a way by somehow. I don't know. I mean, obviously Buxton having a great season helps. They're 7th in runs scored. They are 19th in slugging percentage and 17th in batting average, though. So there definitely room for some issues. So looking at the numbers for this game, guys, the Brewers are -125. The Twins are +105. We've got a total of 8.5 out there. Milwaukee's 9-8 on the road. They're a 500 over/under team on the road. Minnesota's 12-11 at home. 13-7-3 to the over at home. I'm going to be leaning a bit towards the Brewers in this one. I think -125 is a very reasonable price. I like what I'm seeing from Logan Henderson right now, and I think the Brewers bats definitely have a bit of an edge there on the Twins. So yeah, give me the Brewers here playing on the road. Next up on the schedule, we're looking at the Texas Rangers heading to Houston to take on the Astros. The Rangers at 21-22 on the year have kind of turned things back around, or maybe kind of been middle of the road all year long. They're actually down 1-0 in game 1 of this series in the top of the 7th inning. So we'll see how things finish up there. An under coming through in a Rangers game definitely makes sense. And yeah, the offense has been so bad. Seager actually sitting out game 1 of this series. We'll see if they bring him back for game 2. The Rangers will hand the ball in game 2 to Jacob deGrom. He's 3-2 on the year, a 2.62 ERA. This 37-year-old righty has been very good this year. He has had his bumps in the road getting shelled by the Yankees there, but his last time on the mound, 7 innings, 3 hits, no runs allowed, 10 strikeouts against the Chicago Cubs. Fantastic work there. We'll see if he can shut down the Astros. He hasn't faced them yet this season, but deGrom has looked great out there. The Rangers bullpen's been the best bullpen in the majors so far this season, so that's got to feel great. The offense, though, is terrible. They're 27th in runs scored. They are 22nd in on-base percentage, 21st in batting average. I mean, they had a good series at the plate against Arizona, I guess, and I mean, so far in their current game, they've scored 0 runs. So we'll see what they do here against the Astros, who at 17-28 on the season have not had a good time whatsoever. They're going to try and turn these around by handing the ball to Kai-Wei Tang. He has yet to figure out a result this year, a 3.12 ERA. Not great. His last time down was at the Reds, 3 innings, 5 hits, 3 earned runs allowed. So also not great. He looked really good out of the bullpen, though. Maybe he's a bullpen guy and they just don't know it yet. Speaking of bullpens, though, the Astros bullpen is maybe the worst. No, it has been so far this season the worst bullpen in Major League Baseball. The offense is what has saved them. They're 9th in runs scored. They're 4th in batting average, 4th in slugging percentage, 6th in on-base percentage. I mean, Alvarez has hit the absolute cover off the ball this season, so we'll see what they can put together in this series. Haven't hit the ball as well recently, not like they did in the early goings. Look at the numbers for this game. The Rangers are -140. The Astros are +120. Totals out there of 7.5 or 8. The Rangers are only 10-12 on the road, 13-8-1 to the over on the road. Houston's 10-13 at home, 16-7 to the over at home. Despite these trends, guys, I will lean a bit towards under 8, but not enough to really make a difference. In terms of a side, I'm not fading deGrom here, especially going up against Tang, who's been awful. Give me these Texas Rangers. I think they're in great shape in this game. With deGrom on the mound, this could potentially be my lock of the day. Rapid fire through these games, we get the Boston Red Sox heading to Atlanta to take on the Braves. These two teams are playing right now, at time of recording, another really close one. A night of pretty close games. Boston and Atlanta are tied up at 2 apiece in the bottom of the ninth. In game 2 of this series, the Red Sox will hand the ball to Peyton Toll. He's 1-2 this year, a 2.78 ERA. This 23-year-old lefty has done some great stuff this year. His last time around wasn't amazing. 5 innings, 7 hits, 3 earned runs led against Tampa Bay, but he put up a great start against Detroit over 7 innings. Did a great job against the Yankees once to start his season. So you can't ask for a whole lot better than that. The bullpen behind has been excellent. The Red Sox bullpen has not been the problem for them at all this year. The problem is they can't hit the ball. They are 28th in runs scored. They are 29th in slugging percentage. Not any real signs of life for this offense at all. So that part is getting very alarming for Red Sox fans. They're taking on the Braves, who at 30-14 on the season have a case to be made as potentially the best team in baseball. They will give the start in this game to Bryce Elder, who's 4-1 on the year, a 1.81 ERA. Bro has been lights out. Did have a couple starts where he gave up 3 runs apiece, but his last 3 he's given up 1, 2, and 0 earned runs. His last time on the mound, 5 2/3 innings, 1 hit, 0 runs allowed, walked 4 and struck out 8 against the Dodgers. Doesn't get a whole lot tougher than that. So Bryce Elder throwing the ball great. The Braves bullpen is one of the best 3 bullpens in Major League Baseball, and the offense has been killing it. They're the highest scoring team in the majors right now. They're also first in batting average and first in slugging percentage. They're maybe not killing it at this exact moment in terms of offensive production, but they are one of the best offense teams in the majors. So, looking at the numbers for this game, guys, the Red Sox are plus 120, the Braves are minus 140, a total of 8 in this game. Boston, 10-11 on the road, 14-7 to the over on the road. Atlanta, 14-7 at home, 14-5-2 to the under at home. Guys, this is a home game for the Braves. Bryce Elder's on the mound going up against a very solid opponent. Give me under 8. I cannot believe 8 is the number that the bookies are hanging out there. That is absolutely insane to me. I think we're going to see a very low-scoring game in this one. You could also take no run first inning, but I think under 8 is absolutely fine. Next up, we're looking at the Yankees and the Mets. Going to be an interesting series here. Game 1, we see the Yankees up 4-1 in the middle of the 8th, so that one's looking good for us. Slam that thumbs up button, guys, if the Yankees manage to hold on and win this game. In Game 2 of this series, they're going to hand the ball to Carlos Rodon. He has yet to figure out a result this year. Obviously, it's been an injury-shortened season for him so far. His first outing did not go well. Got knocked around very aggressively there in Milwaukee. 4 1/3 innings, 2 hits, 3 earned runs allowed. The control wasn't there. He walked 5 in that game, which is something we've seen Rodon have issues with at times, but I think he'll clean it up in this one, at least to some extent. The bullpen for the Yankees has been excellent this season, a top 5 bullpen all year long. That's definitely very helpful, especially in this kind of situation. The offense has had some bumps in the road, like getting shut out in their last game in Baltimore, but over the course of the year, they're 3rd in runs scored and 2nd in slugging percentage, so at some point, they got to bust out of this little mini slump and start hitting the ball again. So we'll see if that can happen in this game. The Mets, unfortunately, don't have a confirmed starter here for Game 2 of this series, which is pretty annoying. They go into it fresh off a sweep of Detroit. If they end up doing a bullpen-style start for this one, honestly, the Mets bullpen has been pretty reasonable this season, so I'm not going to be complaining about that too much. They're 9th in earned run average as a team. They are 10th in batting average against, so this pitching staff overall, definitely not too bad. The offense, though, has been bottom of the barrel kind of bad. They're last in slugging percentage. They're second to last in runs scored. Their batting average on base percentage numbers are terrible. They did hit the ball really well there against Detroit. We'll see if they can hit the ball well here at all against the Yankees. Look at the numbers for this one, guys. The Yankees are minus 130. The Mets are plus 110. Got a total of 8.5 in this game. New York, 13-11 on the road, 17-6-1 to the under on the road. The Mets are 9-12 at home, 10-9-2 to the over at home. This one's too tough of a spot to call without knowing the Mets starter. In general, I want to lean, like my instinct is to lean towards the Yankees, thinking Rodon will bounce back after a bad first start, but I got to know who's going to be on the mound for the Mets before I can give you any sort of real prediction. Next up, we're looking at the San Diego Padres heading to Seattle to take on the Mariners. This series, guys, is underway, but very, very early on in Game 1. Things are all tied up at 0 in the top of the second inning, but the Padres are threatening. In Game 2 of the series, Walker Buehler will get the start. He has not been great this season. He's 2-2, a 5.20 ERA. That being said, his last start, he was lights out against the Cardinals. Not sure how he did it. 6 innings, 3 hits, 2 earned runs allowed. I guess he just continues alternating good and bad starts, which would mean this should be a terrible start for him. He's going up against a Seattle team he actually had a pretty good time against back on the 16th of last month. So we'll see what he puts together out there in this one. The bullpen behind him there for the Padres has been solid. Maybe not top tier like they were last year, but definitely not awful. The offense, 1-3-4-3-4 over their last several games is kind of hot hitting for a team that's last in the majors in batting average, 28th in on-base percentage, and 25th in runs scored. Bogardus has had a good year, but really not a lot of great stuff to say about this Padres team at the plate. The Mariners, they're 22-23 on the season, so it has not been all sunshine and roses for them. Logan Gilbert will get the start for them in this game, and he's also had some weird ups and downs, as well as an insane line drive getting hit right back at him and getting caught in his shirt. But they, he's had some very good starts, like his last time on the mound. He was in Chicago taking on the White Sox, 6 innings, 1 hit, no walks, 9 strikeouts. In a game we would somehow see the Mariners eventually lose 2-1. You can't really throw the ball much better than that. Losing a game like that has to absolutely burn you. So we'll see if he's got a bounce back in him, see if he, or not really a bounce back, I guess, just see if he can look that good again. The bullpen for Seattle's been insane this season, one of the best 3 or 4 bullpens in baseball. The offense has been awful, though. Cal Raleigh on the IL now. He's had a terrible time to start the year. They're 12th in runs scored, though. They're 24th in batting average. They're 17th in slugging percentage. Randy Rosarena's having a good season. Luke Raley is having a good season, so we'll see what they can put together in this one. Right now, the odds makers have them as pretty big favorites. The Padres are plus 133. The Mariners are minus 138. No total posted yet for this game, so stay tuned for potential big number changes in this one. We'll see what happens. The Padres are 11-7 on the road, 11-7 to the under on the road. The Mariners are 12-11 at home, also 12-11 to the over at home. I'm going to lean towards Logan Gilbert at home in this one. I'll fade Walker Buehler. I think Gilbert's going to be absolutely positively fine out there in this one. I just am more than happy to fade Buehler. I think he's being drastically overvalued. Rounding into the home stretch here, guys, we're looking at the battle for LA. We got the Dodgers taking on the Angels. These two teams are actually playing right now here at time of recording. Very early on, though, in game 1 of this series, things are all tied up at 0 in the top of the second inning. Snell is going to be sidelined indefinitely. I'm not sure what actually went on with him in that one, but we are confirmed going to be getting Robleski here in this game. He's 5-1 on the year, a 2.42 ERA. This young lefty's had a great season with the lone exception of, well, the craziness that would eventually happen in that Atlanta game. So it's a huge bounce back spot for him, and bounce back I certainly think he will, especially against a team like the Angels. The Dodgers bullpen's been much better than expected this season, so big credit to them there. The offense has hit a bit of a slide. They're 6th in runs scored, they're 2nd in batting average, still 1st on base percentage, but Ohtani having a down year, and just in general, they have not hit the ball quite as well as they were projected to, and definitely not as well as they were in the early goings. The Angels just got swept there in Cleveland. We'll see what they can do in this series. Jose Soriano will get the start for them in this game, though, and he's 6-2 on the year, a 1.66 ERA. He's coming off 7 2/3 innings pitched, 5 hits, 1 earned run allowed against Toronto, and a 6-1 win. He's thrown the ball great. Did have a couple hiccups there against the White Sox, but in general has been lights out this season. Obviously, taking on the Dodgers is not the easiest task, so we'll see what he can do, in kind of a step-up spot. But looking at the numbers for this game, guys, the Dodgers are minus 135. The Angels are plus 110, a total of 8.5 in this game. The Dodgers are 11-8 on the road, 10-9 to the under on the road. The Angels are 8-10 at home, 12-6 to the under at home. I actually think under with these two guys on the mound is not unreasonable in any way. I think we'll see quite something of a pitcher's duel in this one at least. I think both have what it takes to severely limit what the opponent can do. So yeah, definitely give me a look at the under. If you're begging me for a side, I'll back Jose Soriano in this spot. Give me the Angels getting plus money here. It's not a huge plus number, but I think playing at home, the Angels have a chance. Last but not least, we got the San Francisco Giants heading to Sacramento to take on the Athletics. The Giants are 18-26 on the season. They just started their current game there against the Athletics, and we're big on the Athletics in that game, so we'll see what happens. In game 2, the Giants will hand the ball to Trevor McDonald, who's 1-0 on the year, a 2.92 ERA, coming off a kind of lucky start against the Dodgers, where he gave up 9 hits but only 3 runs over 5 1/3. We did eventually see the Giants win that game 9-3, and honestly, we've liked what we've seen in his 2 starts this year from Trevor McDonald. The bullpen for the Giants has been good, not completely totally lights out like they were last season, but still very good. The problem is this team sucks offensively, guys. They're just straight up bad. They're last in runs scored. They're also last on base percentage. Nobody hitting the ball particularly well for them, and I was shocked to see them put up 9 and 6 runs respectively in the first two games of that series in LA. So we'll see what they can do here. Going on the road to take on the Athletics, playing in that smaller ballpark might help a struggling offense, but we'll see. Sacramento is 22-21 on the year. They're going to hand the ball in this one to Luis Severino, who's 2-4 this season, a 4.07 ERA, but his last 4 starts have been fantastic. 6 2/3 innings, 1 run allowed, 7 innings, 1 run allowed, 5 innings, 1 run allowed, and then 5 1/3 innings, 2 runs allowed. Over that span, the Athletics are only 2-2, so they haven't been winning every game that he's going out there and throwing the ball great. So we'll see if they can give him some run support in this one. They might need to, because even if he's great, that Athletics bullpen is pretty awful. The offense, not quite living up to expectations this year, but some good things still. They are 5th in batting average, 9th in on-base percentage, and 13th there in runs scored. Langieres is having a good I don't know. There are lots of guys hitting the ball well now for the Athletics. So looking at the numbers for this game, the Giants are plus 110. The Athletics are minus 130. We've got a total of 9.5 in this game. The Giants are 8-14 on the road, 13-8-1 to the under on the road. The Athletics are 9-10 at home, 11-7-1 to the over at home. With these two guys in the mound, I'm not taking over. So give me under 9.5. I don't think that's awful. If you're begging me for a side in this spot, maybe lean just slightly towards the Athletics here at home, but no major lean in this one. Two very good starters out there on the mound. It makes me a bit scared. Guys, that's all the games we have here for today. Hit that like button for very good luck on all of your bets, and to do me a favor and help me get these videos promoted out there, subscribe to the channel. If you're new around here, we are on the road to 75K. Let me know in the comments any good ideas you have for giveaways or anything like that. Also, ask me any questions you have about anything across the sports world. I'm more than happy to get back to you with anything like that. Make sure you're clicking the link in the description or in the pinned comment to get over there to stumpthespread.com. You got to get on those red hot premium picks, guys. Now is a great time to get on board. Also, check out their free picks and get on their free email newsletter. Tons of great information over there, and you definitely don't want to miss out. We'll see you all right back here again tomorrow, same time, same place, for more sports betting action.